Is social media ever a bad idea? What's the most important number on Instagram? And why the heck do we give out so much free content? We're answering all of these questions in our new social media Q&A video. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new to our channel, we are High Season, a social media agency that helps business owners, entrepreneurs, and marketers step their social media game up and break the algorithm. We are back with one of the most fun videos in our series, I feel. The Q&A series, where you guys ask us questions on YouTube, on Instagram, and all the platforms that we're on, and we choose them and answer them in a video. First off, if you have not seen any of our Q&A series videos, we're going to leave a link, a little card there for you to click through to so you can check them all out. This is probably video number 10 or 11, but we're just going to keep running. And of course, if you have any questions for us, ask them in the comments below or on any of our social media platforms. So, let's get started.
Alrighty, the first question on today's Q&A, we actually combined two different questions into the one. So the first part is, which number is the most important number on Instagram, and shouldn't engagement rate be total likes and comments divided by reach and not followers?
So these make sense why we combine these together.
Yes.
These are both great questions. So a lot of people, we have talked about this a few times. We've even filmed a whole video on what number matters when it comes to Instagram. We're probably a broken record, but it's engagement. But you can check out this video that we did. We broke all the reasons down why. Followers are not the most important number, but the engagement number is. We're going to leave it there for you to check out, and we'll leave it in the description below. But even more so than engagement is the engagement rate.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is an underrated metric that people don't pay attention to, but it's a metric that really drives the way that we manage accounts and pay attention to what's effective. So how do you calculate an engagement rate? What is an engagement rate? So that is all the engagement, so the ways that people interact with your images. We're going to leave DMs out of this because I think that's not really something that you can quantify or actually add when you go and click into your insights. But basically what it is all the ways that someone engages and the main forms of engagement with the piece of content that you share on Instagram. So that includes likes, comments, shares, and saves. Saves is such an underrated metric. Pay attention to saves, okay? That's a big one there. So by adding all of this engagement together, so this engagement number, you divide that by reach. So reach is how many individual people have seen your content. So it's not impressions, because impressions is how many times your content has been seen overall. And it's not followers, because all of us know that when you put out a piece of content, it's not 100% organic reach. You're not getting 100% reach. Even if you paid, you likely wouldn't get 100% of your actual audience. Yeah. So the engagement rate is the number of engagements that you get in total divided by reach to give you a percentage. Now, what you consider to be a good engagement rate kind of depends on industry. For example, depending on the clients that we have, we know what the benchmarks are for an industry. But basically, you want to kind of measure against yourself a little bit. So if you post certain pieces of content and they do exceptionally well, and you notice your engagement rate is 5% or 6%, maybe 9% on something, and sometimes you post content and it's 1.2, that's giving you a really good number that, hey, when you post this type of content and the same people are seeing it, they are engaging in one way versus how they're engaging when they see it in another way. So that's a really good indicator to let you know what is a good piece of content, and we follow that number religiously.
Yes.
Okay, so the next question, which came from YouTube, is social media marketing ever a bad idea?
So on the surface, it kind of feels like it's a pretty obvious question here, but it's not necessarily. So clearly the answer is no. It's no, but rarely, as opposed to flat out no. So if you're going to jump on every platform and set up accounts, but then not really put the time or energy to use any of them properly, if you're going to ignore the people who are DMing you or commenting or tagging you or asking you genuine questions about your business and your products and services, then yeah, it's a pretty bad idea. That's pretty much the only scenario we could come up with in which it was a bad idea.
It's kind of like if you're not going to do it right, don't do it at all type scenario, 100%. I guess. Yeah.
And people are aware when a brand doesn't take their social media seriously. And it's a big turnoff. It's kind of funny these days how much that plays into the perception of a company or a brand. 100%. So yeah, if you're not going to put the energy or effort into it, just don't really bother, guys. Stop it.
All right, and for the next question, thanks for all the great info. You're welcome. Thanks for all the great info. Curious, why do you give so much content out for free? That's a good question.
It is a good one. It was something that was a little odd to us at first because you would think that this is the information that people would be paying us for, but it isn't. So the main reason for doing this type of stuff, whether it's blogs or the videos that we do, it's essentially content marketing. The beautiful thing about content marketing, it helps you grow that audience, and then that audience, a portion of them will be here just for the free content. And we get a lot of questions prior to YouTube. We got a lot through our Instagram and Twitter. People were asking things all the time, and we felt like if we could help more people, then why not? It doesn't hurt to do that and make these type of videos. And then secondly, there'll be a small percentage of that audience that you build that will convert. So for an agency like us, we have, of course, our monthly clients and various services that we do provide for businesses. On top of that, we have digital products. We have our Ultimate Social Media Playbook, always link in the description for that one. And we're actually in the process of working on some other digital products that will also be available for those who have enjoyed the content but want to take it to the next step. Something that we've heard people say before is that if you give out your information, couldn't people just replicate it and then make you redundant? I would say that is not the case because whilst we could put out the tips and tricks and the tools there, it is time consuming. There's a learning curve. And because we do this day in, day out, it's somewhat second nature to us. So it is a lot faster and more efficient when we do it. So it's kind of like that. If you take a horse to water, you can't make him drink. So we can show you how to do it, but the truth is most people aren't actually going to invest the time to do it. We really wish you would.
Because I think we're giving out some information that if you just took everything, you could really do it on your own really well.
Yeah, if you apply yourself.
Yeah.
It does take work.
It's
not that simple.
Yeah. You just have to
a lot of people think social media is simple, and I think if you're that into it that you're watching things like this and reading blog posts and articles.
Kudos to you.
Yeah, much respect for even looking into it. That's the first step. But it's something that you do have to invest that time in. We found that even if people follow all the steps, at the end of the day, just like with anything in life, no one's going to be able to do it just like we do it if we did it or our team did it for you. So that's sort of where the difference lies. It's sort of what you want out of social and how much you want to invest into it, whether it's time or money. So on top of the audience that we've built through our content marketing, that audience there, and the fact that we have that audience kind of makes us into thought leaders in our field, which is part of growing our brand and getting that trust from our community and our audience and our clients. But something that we found that the funnest kind of random side effect of this is we really enjoyed teaching.
Yeah.
We've started doing training as part of our business and consultation. So that is essentially mini forms or longer form actually. This is a mini form of that. Mm-hmm. And we're just really enjoying it.
Yeah. And it's cool giving people information and then watching them apply it. Our neighbor, actually, we made him revive his YouTube channel. We'll probably feature him on here one day.
Yes.
And he has 150,000 subscribers now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He had a dead, dormant channel with 9 to 10,000 subscribers. And we're like, hey, man, what are you doing? You should be on YouTube. It's great. It's the new television. And then he started back and killing it.
It's interesting because people keep asking us questions. And as we respond, that's where we've found that we have an aptitude for it. So at the end of the day, we feel that knowledge exists and it should be shared. There's so many people out there sharing information. It's become a real, sharing economy online, and we just want to be a part of that and contribute our knowledge to that. We found that whenever people ask us questions, we really enjoyed explaining it, and that's how it kind of led to the blog post and the YouTube channel and helping friends out and things like that. So do we think you should do the same?
Yes.
Absolutely. Every business should treat themselves like a mini media company. You should be sharing information or education or facts or some helpful, it's just good positive energy you're putting out into the world, things that help others, and that always comes back. This certainly does not hurt our pockets. All it does is strengthen everything that we've built and take it to the next level, we believe anyway, and we appreciate you guys for watching and supporting.
Alright guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. If you liked this video and you liked what we were giving you today, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe below, and hit that notification bell so you do not miss any further videos from us. You can follow us everywhere at High Season Co. and check out our blog posts full of tons of resources for you at highseasonco.com. And until next time,
peace.